Well, Canada's Ethics Commissioner will appear today before the Access to Information, Privacy and Ethics Committee. And joining us live with more on this is CTV's Colton Prale. We appreciate the updates as always, Colton. So what are we expecting to hear today from the Ethics Commissioner?
Jamie, some really important testimony today from the Interim Ethics Commissioner, Conrad von Finkenstein. And at the heart of this is the Prime Minister's Christmas vacation to Jamaica, and specifically what the Ethics Commissioner knew and when he knew it. That's what we're looking forward to hear today. The Conservatives have accused the Prime Minister of being a little guarded and changing his tune when it comes to this Christmas vacation. And a lot of this goes back to the first time it was reported when he said that his family was going to cover the costs, and then just days later it came out through the Canadian press that actually he was staying for free at a property owned by a family friend. Now, the big issue here is the cost of this trip was about $80,000, according to the Conservative ethics critic Michael Barrett. And most Canadians can't relate to an $80,000 Christmas vacation. On top of that, there are the obvious questions of, if you're getting an $80,000 gift, is that a violation of the ethics rules? Even if it is just a vacation, even if it's not something that you can hold or that you can touch. You know, $80,000 is still $80,000. And so at its core, that's what we're looking to hear from the Ethics Commissioner today. The Conservatives very focused on what the PMO told the Ethics Commissioner and whether it was different from what he told the public, or if the story that eventually came out in the press was different from what he told the Ethics Commissioner. The Liberals and NDP coming at this a little differently. They're focused more generally on all politicians. The NDP, though, really want to drill down on the impact of these very extravagant gifts from wealthy friends for politicians, whether or not there should be rule changes, especially when it comes to gifts like this relating to vacations.
And there was a lot of criticism, especially given the fact that we're in an affordability crisis, and many critics were saying this shows a disconnect from the Prime Minister and the reality for many Canadians by going ahead and taking such an expensive vacation. But you know, the reality is, how did we get to this point, Colton?
Well, to your point, that's just it. This story blew up because of the criticism. And ironically enough, this is a trip that's very similar to the one he took also to Jamaica in 2022. And that one was cleared by the Ethics Commissioner, but we still wound up having the talks about it in the media and in public with the Prime Minister as well, asking him whether this was something that he should be doing. You know, it may be cleared by the Ethics Commissioner, but should you be doing this? Can Canadians relate to this? Does it send the right message? Now, we're back a year later having those same conversations, and again asking whether or not this is ethical. But the big thing is that change in tune from PMO early on. Because that story shifted so slightly, that's what the Conservatives were able to latch onto. And we know that ethics breaches have been an issue for the Prime Minister. He's already been found of breaching them twice in the past. It's been a repeated issue for him, something that the opposition has jumped on whenever given the opportunity. And as that story changed, it gave them an opportunity to talk about it again. And that's why we're back here. This has been a problem for the Prime Minister. These trips have been in question. And really, you know, when he came out and he said very early on that this trip was cleared by the Ethics Commissioner, that also posed some challenges because the Ethics Commissioner can't actually do that. They don't give advice on specific vacations. They can say these are generally the rules and we think you're probably following them, but they don't review it on a case-by-case basis ahead of time.
CTV's Colton Prale, we appreciate that report. Thank you.
Anytime.